For the Ranking Member Fallon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to introduce Mr. Henry Ross from Elmira, New York. Mr. Ross is chairman of the board of the American Traffic Safety Services Association and employed by USA Sign, a small sign manufacturing company, where he serves as a director of sales and marketing. And we want to thank you for coming to Washington, D.C. to help us with this committee hearing. Mr. Ross.
Thank you, Congresswoman Fallon. Mr. Chairman and Congressman Schuster, thank you for being here. Thank you all very much for giving me the opportunity today to discuss the transportation authorization and its effects on small businesses in the nation as a whole. As the ranking member said, my name is Henry Ross. I'm chairman of the board of directors of American Traffic Safety Services Association, and I'm employed by USA Sign, a traffic sign manufacturing company in Elmira, New York. The American Traffic Safety Services Association, an international trade association, is located in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and since 1969, it has represented companies and individuals in the traffic control and roadway safety industry. Over 1,600 ATSA members provide the majority of features, services, and devices used to make our nation's roadways safer. These include pavement markings, road signs, work zone traffic control devices, guardrail, and other roadside safety features. Many of ATSA's members who focus on roadway safety infrastructure are small business owners. For example, temporary traffic control operations are more often than not performed by small businesses that act as subcontractors in work zones. Late last month, House Transportation and Infrastructure Chairman James Oberstar and Ranking Member John Mica introduced the Surface Transportation Authorization Act of 2009, a 775-page draft for a new comprehensive 6-year transportation bill. This draft truly highlights the nation's needs for increased roadway safety. Last year, a little more than 37,000 men, women, and children perished on America's roadways. ATSA, through its Toward Zero Deaths Vision Plan, is committed to reducing these tragically high numbers through a targeted investment in roadway safety infrastructure. The House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee's bill is committed to reducing these deaths through new performance measures, and ATSA commends them for that. One concern of our members is timely payment. Small businesses rely on timely payment due to limited cash flow. While subcontractors are often first on and last off the work site, they may be the last to be paid. These small businesses rely on projects created through the transportation authorization to keep their businesses running, to hire and maintain existing employees, and to buy new equipment. For example, one of our California members who owns a pavement marking company mentioned his frustration to ATSA staff just yesterday regarding timely payment to subcontractors. California prompt pay statutes require all payments to be made to subcontractors within 10 days. The reality is that sometimes the payments don't get doled out for 30 days. Sometimes it's over 6 months. Even public agencies have been known not to pay within the 10-day required period. ATSA would like to recommend that the committee consider directing the Secretary of Transportation to undertake a study of payment practices to small businesses that are receiving funds for federal aid highway projects, and report back to Congress their findings on these payment practices within a year of passage of the transportation authorization. It's unfair for small businesses to struggle to stay afloat due to delayed payments. The results from such a study could be utilized as a basis for further action. There truly is a ripple effect throughout the construction industry with each new authorization bill that is enacted. Unfortunately, without a timely new transportation authorization focused on expanding investment in our nation's transportation safety infrastructure, these small businesses will indeed suffer. Many argue that the recent passage of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, that with the passage of that, there is no need for a reauthorized transportation bill. In our opinion, that this is exactly the right time to continue to invest in our nation's transportation infrastructure. These small businesses are beginning to feel the positive effects of the stimulus package and have started to rehire previously laid off employees. To halt any forward momentum at this time would be devastating. If the transportation authorization is delayed past the September 30th expiration of Safety Lieu, then many of these small businesses will have to begin to cut back on employees, new hires, equipment, and material purchases. The federal highway programs authorized under the Transportation Authorization account for up to 40 to 45% of the total roadway dollars spent annually in the United States. In addition, many of the contracts that our member companies work on stem from the Highway Safety Improvement Program, HSIP. ATSA continues to advocate that these HSIP funds not be transferable out of HSIP to other programs. According to the Federal Highway Administration, 7 states have transferred their dollars out of their HSIP funds. With these transfers, funding flows away from these safety-specific subcontractors and our small businesses that work on these vital safety projects and save lives. There should be an end to transferring infrastructure safety dollars out of HSIP due to the continuing death toll on our nation's highways. Chairman Altmeyer, Ranking Member Fallon, Congressman Schuster, there's great urgency and anxiety throughout our member companies, especially within those which are small businesses that rely on the authorization projects to continue their day-to-day operations and their prosperity. America truly is the land of opportunity. ATSA's small business members bring needed services, safety devices, and jobs to communities throughout the country. Many of us can agree that the United States is still facing troubling economic times. Let's all work together, small businesses, local, state, and federal governments, and hardworking men and women, to better our roads and make them safer, boost our economy, and most importantly, save lives on our roadways. ATSA and its small business member companies are eager, willing, and capable, and with an authorized transportation bill, we can all work together over the next 6 years to do just that. There's no time for a 12-month or an 18-month extension, for that matter. Our small businesses across the country can't afford this kind of delay. Thank you very much for the opportunity to testify, and I'll take your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ross.